Right, Andy RC,
Bloody Yeti.
as me, you got to do the intro.
Ah, no. I hate Tony. Tony's horrible. Something about what else do I hate? I like talking to a sock.
You've got the
That's
rounding.
my only friend. Come on.
What else do you do? Oh yeah, you just go like that sometimes.
That's it.
There you go. Yeah, I've not done a very good job compared to everyone else, but I still do think though that I still have a lot of questions about everyone else's outfits tonight.
I think we're live now. Let's go.
Intro now, Jack.
What I'm supposed to? Oh, so hello everybody. It's episode.
Use your sock.
It's episode 100 and something, whatever. What episode number is it? Andy RC, he seems to have grown a moustache, and it looks like he's.
It's hello and welcome to another episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode
of Let's Drone Out. Tonight we are joined by.
Tonight I really couldn't tell you who we are joined by. I don't think.
It's obvious.
I thought Tony was trying to be a Yeti.
No,
but he's not.
This is right. I got a bicopter. This is a Uno copter. That is my impression of David.
I think it's pretty spot on.
Nothing's on fire.
Not yet. It's going to get hidden like last year's.
Like a rocket.
We are. Oh man, how do I even do this? I don't know. Do I introduce the person as who they are, who they are supposed to be?
Who they're supposed to be. Don't break character.
But I don't even know. Okay.
He's breaking the fourth wall. Get on with it.
We are joined by Tony, who I think is trying to be David. I thought he was trying to be a Yeti. So. But yes,
look, you can tell I'm David. Look how much effort I've put into this costume. Look at me and David. Stroke it, Dave.
What's with the horns, though?
Well, I'm a Viking.
A Viking, right?
Oh my god! Move on from Tony.
Then
hardest to do this today.
We've got Curry Kitten, and I thought he was trying to be me. Because he's got a dark black wig on, but apparently he's been Andrew.
I'm clearly Andrew. Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. Let me talk about 3D printing while I draw attention to my nipples, as Andrew likes to do.
I don't understand that reference.
Oh god, that's brilliant.
A nipple belt.
Yeah, he doesn't wear it anymore. Funnily enough.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Next.
And then we've got Jack, who seems to have turned up as Adam Ant. He's let himself go a bit.
Hi, I'm Andy RC, and this is my other channel that I'm very ashamed of. That's not my RC channel.
What?
And I'm Northern. See, I've ripped all my sleeves off. Hang on. In a fit of rage, I got a Northern tattoo, and I got my nips out.
Up north,
because like, you never go out in a jacket.
So, fucking hell.
Get them out anyway.
Why are you wearing two pairs of glasses?
Because these aren't prescription glasses, and I'm a rock star because I'm Andy RC. I play metal and shit, and I've also got dodgy eyeliner on as well.
Oh my god! This is right there.
I can't read the chat without my glasses.
Fucking hell!
Oh, don't worry, it keeps on giving.
What's with the moustache? I've never had a moustache. Was that you just saying, "Oh, you should grow a moustache, Andy"?
It's more an aspiration, surely.
Yeah, it's I want to be Andy RC. You know, it's that element of it's the Freddie Mercury moustache.
Very good.
Well, Ash is in the chat and he's watching this on a plane and worried about people who are next to him.
on.
Dear.
Next.
Right, next.
So then we have our guest, David Rinderstall, who...
Oh, no,
Oh.
he's forgotten about.
I'm not...
No, I didn't have time. I got home like 20 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
It's okay, David, my fellow buddy. It's fine.
Try the greeting, David. See if you can get that bit right.
I don't think I can. Right?
Come on.
No.
Just
Okay.
do that.
What?
Just go, hello.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
it.
There you go. Energy.
Close.
No.
Yeah, energy.
And lastly, we have got Andrew/Frank, who... This is
Bonjour.
quite a subtle one.
Bonjour. Is that me, Frank?
I've always got everything I need with me to fly FPV because I can't fly line of sight.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, hat.
Oh, I love the tinfoil hat, man.
Is there a carrot?
Have you got a map of the Earth? Is it flat?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm getting so high off the spray I sprayed on this beard. It's unreal. Oh, God.
Oh my gosh.
Right, anyway.
There you go. So there's that monstrosity out of the way.
I think we should get this
Happy
tattoo.
Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Jesus Christ. I need to have a breather.
Jack, what have you done to your hair? Have you you've got like an emo comb over? You've got have you dyed it, or is that like just spray or in it, or something? Have you had it cut?
Yeah.
You actually had it cut short.
What?
You didn't get it cut, did you?
Well, I started drawing on stubble, and then it looked like a Hitler moustache. So then I thought, I better go Freddie Mercury. Well, this is bad enough. I mean, everyone who's northern listens to the show hates me already. So. And then I was pissing myself laughing. I was like crying, and the eyeliner was going everywhere.
Oh, that happens to me before every show. Although I don't think I've worn eyeliner. I think there's something deeper going on here, Jack, with this look. You know, because you've got the moustache, the eyeliner, the two glasses. I think this is sort of like an alter ego rather than.
This is actually what Jack wants to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
More than anything.
Oh my gosh.
Is that better?
This is a great start, I have to say.
We're so sorry, David. This is you must know this is what we're like by now.
Yes, I'm okay with it. I was just surprised how dedicated everyone was.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
don't take things. We don't do things by halves around here, mate.
That's it. We literally done it today. As you can probably tell. Tony, I mean Frank, do you want to read people out in the chat?
We've got loads of people in the chat. We've got Scott Wilson, Ladders FPV, Darno, MC's Creations. Who else we got? We've got Erwin, had Ladders, Underfluked, Aries, Erwin, Carrie Kitten, Green Patches, Jay Jones, Zero, Brighton Till I Fly, some idiot, Clive FPV, Richard Warwick, who else we got? Isle of Mole, Richard Harwood. Hello, everyone in the chat.
Hey,
Hello.
Rocket Knife! Uno Copter coming to your coming soon.
So I was reviewing these motors earlier. I've had no sleep. Oh no, that's not a motor. That's a motor.
Oh, you're still being in character, are you?
I think we've got to be in character all night, haven't we?
I could not be Jack for longer than 30 seconds. Then.
I know, you'd want to kill yourself, wouldn't you?
I've checked my
shouldn't you be
spreadsheet and it says we
masturbating by
should be
now?
in character.
I wanna ask David a question.
Right, let's get serious. Come on.
I saw an Instagram post that said working on a new episode. So what's going on there, David?
It's a. I mean, Jacko works on stuff all the time. He's going to more of a daily videos by now. So he has an editor, which is awesome, I have to say. So you can concentrate more on making content. So this project is going to be a Nerf gun that has like a super huge drum. It's going to shoot 1 billion darts. We'll see if it works.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you're working alongside him rather than it being your own channel stuff then?
Yeah, I don't have much time for much, really. I work quite a lot on the Maker Knife.
Yeah, sure.
It's the final stages. We're going to go to China November 30th and be there for like 2 or 3 weeks to make sure it gets out.
Awesome.
Sweet.
How's your knife? I like knives because I'm northern. Stabbing people's fun.
I
So
don't
sorry.
like this one because it only has a blade that's 1 inch.
Is it neat, or does everybody think you should say "make a knife"? That's the boring way of saying it.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna try and rocket knife one of those knives?
It would
And,
be
like,
cool to make a
chop
super,
Strawberry.
like make a small one, like a desk version of the rocket knife. That would be sweet.
Do it, man.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Jack. Be more involved.
I don't know how to. I just don't. I'll end up offending somebody. So no.
That's the point of
Oh,
being
no,
Jack.
I haven't.
And we'll end up getting in trouble with YouTube or something.
Well, tell us more Bicopter stuff, David. Has
Oh.
anybody gone up to the challenge of doing some of the firmware and actually getting an FPV camera on it? Has anybody been able to do it yet?
Yes, Kevin is his name. That he's been spending a lot of time on both Betaflight and the Dronin, yes, and he's got it really well dialed in. FPV is still pretty, yeah, you have to have a strong stomach for it at the moment because it uses the body to tilt. I mean, go forward, you tilt the body, and to stop, it tilts the nose up. Like it's not pleasant. As long as you just fly straight forward fast, it's fine. But if you need to stop it, you don't see the ground anymore.
Bit of a problem.
Yeah. So the idea I had was to put a little servo with the camera. That might make you more motion sick. I don't know. I mean, it should stabilize you, but I am not sure.
Yeah,
So,
that's- we had that on quads a couple of years ago, didn't we? When you tilt the camera, when you went forward, the camera would go up. When you land, it would come back down. So
Yeah,
Sounds like it might
I
work.
tried that on one of mine. I did one flight on it because I lost the ability to judge my height. It was really weird because it was like moving around and stuff. I was like, I couldn't work out my altitude. I kept dropping and raising. I was like, no, this is bad.
yeah,
Take
you
it
lose
back off again.
connection with the craft. You don't get the feeling of what it's doing.
yeah, it's gonna be weird.
How dare she? My daughter is commenting. Don't you?
You're too young for this show. Run away.
Dad, you look really weird.
Some mods blocker.
Oh my god, I've just eaten a bit of the hat.
Is it vegan? I mean, it doesn't matter. You're David.
I'm David, I eat
Yeah.
everything. Where's my hat?
And Frank, I'm disappointed as you as Tony. You should have made something about the Bicopter being gay.
I love his hat.
The tinfoil hat.
That's great.
We're gonna
Well,
be.
you know.
Oh.
Sorry, you were saying.
I was gonna say we're at Comic-Con, so you could wear that this weekend.
Oh, you are?
Jack and Frank. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that in London? Is it?
Yep. You should know you're me.
I can't keep it up, Jack. I could not be you. We are too different. I tell you who you should have had as you. You should have had Curry Kitten as you, because you're basically the same, except Curry Kitten's a bit more polite. But
That's racist.
why is that racist? He
What
is.
Southerners are alike.
We got any more drone news or not?
None of us have prepared anything because we were too busy making
Too busy finding stupid wigs and things to talk about quads.
looking like complete dickheads.
But how come nobody's done MJ Tech? No one could pull it off. That's why. That's
Yeah,
what-
like you have to be.
Oh, really?
You'd have to be really sexy.
None of us can do that.
No, and also the only way I would have tackled it is if I had covered myself in white powder, like cocaine, and printed off an image of Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Yeah.
With my girlfriend written on it. That's the only thing I would have
You'd
done.
have never have come back if you'd have done that.
Yeah.
I need to stop my.
Talk about the Josh Bardwell motors. Oh, Tony's breaking character.
Come on then, seeing as you're Andy RC, tell us
I don't
about.
know. I didn't know he had some.
the-
Last thing I knew, he was flying sim mode.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he was doing some stuff on race flight. Yeah.
Has
But
anyone actually flown sim mode yet? I've got a quad that I'm gonna put it on and try it. Maybe
I
this
thought
weekend.
you burnt all your race flight controllers.
I did, but there's one I've left just for the occasion.
I was surprised to see that happen actually, because he's such like a beta flight guy, isn't he? And I remember seeing videos about him saying that, you know, beta flight is what he knows, kind of thing. Yeah. But I get it. I'm kind of not fed up of beta flight, but it's gotten so. I think Andy was saying the other week, it is what it is, beta flight. It's a place for testing out new things rather than it being a beginner friendly thing. But I've not switched to KISS, but I was been flying KISS lately, and I love it. So
KISS is great on for freestyle,
just
and
really,
and the ease of setting it up, like your video, like the whole beta flight getting too. It's just too much, isn't there?
I think you need a new one called Simple Flight, which doesn't have any controls as such. It's just got this dial to make your quad move quicker, and then it sorts out the rest for you. Somebody make that happen.
yeah. I mean, I was just sitting here trying to figure out why there's just a decline in interest in that kind of thing, and maybe it's not that. There's, you know, a lot of people, when I've said that in the past, people have said, well, you can just plug in Betaflight and you don't have to know about a lot of the settings and it'll still fly pretty nice. So that is true. It's just that it's quite overwhelming now when you log into it and or connect to it or whatever. I think, like you say, Simple Flight would be a good one, or just stuff like Inductrix where there's nothing to plug in at all and it just flies, you know. I think
Holy Christ, there's Bradders is here.
Is he?
Yeah,
No.
you need to say your normal thing.
I mean,
I'll
can't
beep it out.
rely.
It's fine.
you can't bleep it now, right?
No, I can't, but I'll have to do it in post. It's fine.
Okay.
Tony likes it.
Brothers, you're a cunt.
I've got a race flight board.
Well, are you gonna burn it or are you gonna actually put that on?
I'm gonna try sim mode in this. Thank you, Darnome. And then I need a PDB though.
what frame is that?
What frame is that?
I don't know. I ain't got a clue. Is that a floss? Because of the weird.
Well, how do you not know what it is?
I don't know.
Have you stolen it or something?
No, people give me stuff. I don't know what it is. I didn't ask.
It's just
I know, what is it?
when people give you stuff.
Yeah, you lose track. I don't know what it is. I need a PDB.
Can we take that?
Do you need this, Tony?
What is that?
The standoff.
Looks like
No, I fixed it without you on my own as well.
Oh, that's very David.
I went to a bando, destroyed everything, come home and fixed it all in 3 hours. I was quite chuffed.
Yeah, what happened about that?
Well,
Andrew / Frank, Tony. Snash.
Go on, Tony. Tell them all about it.
Well, I was very tempted to get a Spider-Man mask as my costume instead. There was a slight failsafe on a crossfire in the middle of space. There was no obstacles in the way. There's nothing wrong with it. It should have been fine, but it just fail-safed and somersaulted onto a roof. And me/Tony/ how are we doing this? I don't know.
Frank/Tony climbed up like a monkey.
Yeah. In the time it took for Joker to get his spark up in... Was it spark? Something up in the air.
Mavic, yeah.
Tony/me/whatever had already
really confusing.
scaled up like 3-4 floors of the exposed side of a building. Like,
Tony, please explain how you're afraid of flying, but climbing up derelict buildings, you're all right with that.
Which Tony?
Nobody knows which one you're talking to.
David/Tony. Hey,
I'm so confused.
I don't know. I just went up on the roof, man. I can't leave a quad behind. It's like man down, man down. It's like your quad's 400 with a GoPro on. It's like 500 quid.
No, that's Andy RC's territory. My new drone's worth half a house. Like and subscribe. This is Armiton, by the way. I know that because I'm Andy RC.
It is
and I know everything.
Yeah, the arms do look a bit flossy, but I think a lot of people have adapted that shape on the arms. I think it's quite a well-known. I think the remix has got that shape on it as well, hasn't it? So I think
wasn't the remix before Floss? No,
Floss been like one of. I'm pretty sure it's Bob that came up with that arm design. I only seen that on the and then everyone else adapted to it. I think it's known as quite a good design.
Why?
I think it just protects the motors while also being strong for like the arms, and so it means the arms can be skinnier, I believe.
Is it weird talking to yourself?
Well, it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself.
Is it looks like I'm in the mirror?
It's like I'm talking to Adam Ant.
The handlebar mustache what puts me off.
If Adam
I can
Ant,
get rid of it if you want. The mustache.
if Adam
I
Ant,
want to see the guy liner again, just for a crack.
What?
Really?
Please present Jack. Someone present Jack while he does this.
I think you might have done that wrong, Jack.
That becomes the worst ever Jack Sparrow costume at this point.
Yeah, he does turn into Jack Sparrow, doesn't he? Oh, fucking hell.
I think the idea is that you get it actually along the line of the eye, but I think what you've done is a sort of eyebrow liner sort of thing. It's not quite eyelid liner.
That's the point. I was tempted to thicken up my eyebrows, but that's northern lasses, isn't it? My favourite is the backwards R.
because I'm not stupid. Actually, it's just the corner R, isn't it?
Thank you, RDFPV, for donating 10 bucks.
You're not supposed to be reading that, Frank is.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was out of character then.
Was it me?
Oh, rocket knife!
Thank you, RDFPV, for donating $9.99. Awesome.
Ooh, thank you.
No, actual Frank.
Actual Frank. That's Tony. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't help that Frank's already got 3 names, does it, really? Just have to keep adding slashes to it.
Maybe we should just call him Slash.
Ooh,
stuck on
someone
my
new
OSD.
more names.
OSD Slash. Let's call him OSD. No, let's not.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to firmwares here.
Okay,
Bring
it back, David.
Dronin. I can recommend Dronin if you want to have a software that actually sets up very easily.
I've heard about this.
I've never even heard of this. Droning.
Yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's mostly, it used to be aimed towards like autopilot and that, but it's adapted so it has more normal quad features. Like it can do one shot, what do you call it? D shot and everything now. And it's really cool because it does have a radio guide setup or like a radio wizard So it tells you what to do. It shows you what to move during what stage, and it sets up the endpoints and everything for you, and the arming switch and all that. And then
does that have to be a particular hardware, David, for that, or is it you can?
There's only a dozen or so boards that are supported at this time.
Right.
So I mean, it needs some adding on, like the F3FC was added by a fan, a guy on the forum.
Yeah, I read about that actually when building the Tricopter. Didn't somebody done some work on that with the Tricopter?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. They took the tri-flight stuff and shoved it into droning. So it's in there as well. So you can use the Tricopter stuff, but not to have to keep up with the beta flight, which releases 2 things a day now.
Exactly. That was exactly my point. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I really like the episode that you did with Drew, where he flew the Tricopter, and you just took it over and put. I wondered actually what would happen if you put sort of more powerful motors on it, and it did all right. Just needed a bit of tuning, I guess, because you would just built it and maybe threw it on got on the plane. Then I take it, and
it was pretty. Actually, we built that one in the basement, and it was done about an hour before we shot the video.
Wow.
So it was pretty
like
bad. Yeah, it really did. Now it's really nice. So I can recommend Drone, and it has an auto tune feature. So what you do is you put that on a switch, take off, hover, click auto tune, and it freaks out. It goes, and it does that for about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, I think it is. And then it just stops and it locks. And then you land it, you walk out, walk to the computer, plug it in, and it shows you a lot of cool stuff, like what it's predicting the quad should do, and then what it's actually doing, and it's plotting that as a line. And you can see it's like pretty darn good, I have to say. And then you just save that, and you have a quad that's really well tuned without doing any job. Like you don't have to do anything. Like it's just good, at least for a start.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at it. It doesn't support an awful lot of cards, but it does manage Omnibus F4 variants without the SD card, which covers quite a lot.
Mm.
Yeah,
So it might be worth having a play,
it's a
certainly.
very popular one. Yeah.
What's the link? Post it in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Because that's what Frank would do.
That's true. I should get there.
I'm looking forward to a setup video, Mr. Curry Kitten.
Yeah.
No. Well, that's you. Get on with it.
Actually, yeah, I'm hoping to release one this weekend.
Oh.
That's for Tricopters, you know.
So what else you been up to other than blending balls?
What?
Blending balls?
Yeah, didn't you blend a load of...
That was like 2 years ago. No, a year ago. That was a long time ago, you know.
Yeah, I know.
We're just mainly working on the maker knife, getting stuff ready, making shipping. Like there's a lot of sitting in front of the computer and helping out doing some video. It's a lot of boring stuff to do at this point. Some fun stuff to do though when we do destructive testing on the knives. But other than that, it's way too much computer at the moment.
Can you get a knife if you've missed out on the Kickstarter?
Yes, they're still available on makerknife.com. They're running out they're probably going to run out in like a week or two, the first batch that we have. So they're going pretty fast at the moment. People want them before Christmas, and this is the last chance.
What I do like about this Kickstarter is I get the feeling we won't be back here in 6 months' time saying how you took all people's money and you didn't deliver, like all these quads we see. Because it's essentially a knife, and you've already demonstrated it, and it's an actual knife. Not all these horrendous amounts of quads, which are like, this replaces the Phantom, and it's this big, and it's £5, and you can give us $3 million, and we'll make it.
Or trying to make your mobile phone fly. Which is scarily close to the bicopter.
I know, right? Oh, Peter Schirpel did the video with that. That was pretty cool.
With the KK2 board.
Yeah, he was.
What was he thinking?
This is what you
I
need.
don't.
This is the next big thing.
You and Peter got together, didn't you, recently, David? I saw a video. You two.
It was the
Was that for the podcast? Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching. I've been watching other podcasts.
Oi! What are you doing?
No, that was a great one with you and Peter on there. Yeah, I recommend go and watch that one.
Yeah, it was nice. It was right after Flight Fest, so we invited a ton of people to the house, Chad's house. He has a pool now, so it's a nice pool party and some barbecuing, and he showed up pretty late. Otherwise, we could have shot some video. But yeah, it was really good just hanging out with the guys, and then decided to do a podcast. And in the beginning, we tried to set up. We had like 15 people trying to be on the podcast. And we're like, let's step it down a little bit. And,
it doesn't work. We've kind of had that before. What do have? I take it quite a lot about this. What Chad is doing, stepping away and doing this. Is sort of doing what the AMA does, but for FPV. Did you hear about that?
I did, yeah. I don't know too much about the details, unfortunately, but yeah, Chad is really good in that sense where he builds people up so first he started business, he had a vision, and then he puts people in place that he thinks can do a better job than he can at that position, and then moves on to fill the next one and builds people up and trusts them quite a lot. It's pretty great, actually.
Yeah, I need to do that. The problem is the only people I know are all on this podcast, and just look at them.
We're not right, are we?
We'll build you up, Andy.
Yeah.
You build me up and then knock me down in the way you do. That's how it works.
No way, not with the up north strength.
Jack, if you tattooed that on you,
Yeah.
I'd pay for you to get it tattooed, and then I'd give you another £200 for you to do whatever you want with.
All right.
Like a tattoo.
No, don't give
It
him
got to be
ideas.
this big. Can it be slightly smaller?
It's a tiny bit smaller. If you tattoo that,
with the backwards R.
yeah, if you tattoo that, I'd pay for you to get tattooed, and then I'd give you 200 quid.
Yeah, no worries.
Can we
I'll
do
get
it on the
Annecy to
buttocks?
do it. Can do,
What?
as long as you're on. Dave, I haven't spoken to you since I've flown a potato. And
that was, man, how did you come up with that? That was
hang on,
fantastic.
wait, I've got a little secret here just for you. If I flip my hair the other way. Also, I've got
What the hell is that?
I've got a wizard stick. Wizard scarf. I'm a wizard.
If anyone's been trying to contact Jack today and he's not been responding, I think we have the answer.
I can't open the door.
That is like some sort of tranny Harry Potter going on. I don't know what's happening here.
Enjoy that one, Dave.
That's great. Thank you, Jack.
No problem.
Have you
mate.
got any other secret stuff going on?
I dread to think what else is done.
Oh man, this bit's doing my head in. Carry on.
That's exactly what they do up north when they get hot.
That feels a bit better. Yeah, I mean the ventilation's unreal, Andy. I could kind of get into this.
That's why I do it, because I'm always too hot. I tell you what,
the
though,
low cut, the nipple holes.
I've never cut holes in them. Why have you done that?
How is your vest now, Andy? Have you washed it enough times?
Yeah, it had to have 3 washes. I don't know what Jack had done to it.
I rubbed myself with
We
it.
all know what he did to it.
Frank's face is like, what are you doing?
I think
Oh,
it may
I'm
have
sorry.
shrunk a little bit. Actually, it's a large, but it's quite snug in it, Jack.
Yeah.
It looked snug when you were wearing it.
Oh mate, I stretched it out a bit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's doing all right. But that's what. Yeah, I'm always too hot. It's always boiling up here. It must be something with our blood or something.
Mhm.
Well, funnily enough, anytime I talk to Jack, my body temperature rises sky high for some reason.
I can't remember how the Well, I think I was just chatting to Frank, and he was talking about camera quality of potato, and I said, I think I just said to him, I can make a potato fly, and he was like, "Go on then," and then
Can you fucking actually see anything?
no. So
It was fun.
and also I was really annoyed because like some Swedish dickhead said that I'm in Hufflepuff, and I forgot to wear my scarf as well on that video. I'm so sorry. I'll try and get it in some stuff in winter, but it's on the back of my door. Yeah, apparently I'm in Hufflepuff, says David, and apparently I'm a potato.
Well, that all goes right with the video.
What is the deal with that? Can you try and explain to me why I'm a potato?
So it's this skit on YouTube where they're presenting all the houses in Harry Potter. So it's like Gryffindor, I'm really brave, and Ravenclaw, I'm smart, and we have Slytherin, I'm cunning and I'm evil, and then we have Hufflepuff, potato. It's just keeps on. No. You're supposed to say something you're good at.
Loyal, isn't it?
Oh no, they don't even say that. It's like, I'm a lactose intolerant.
I am, you prick.
Exactly, it works.
Jack, you're a
I fit it
Hufflepuff.
so well.
Fuck's sake. So yeah, I made a potato fly. It freaked the hell out because Frank thought it'd be a good idea to have tubular arms, and then I thought it would be a good idea to cut them so they're individual rather than going across.
Of course.
So unfortunately, the torque of the motors makes them like turn round, and then you just get this spinning potato of death. And me and Frank were so freaked out we didn't get it on film. Thank God.
Aww.
I think we just ran for our lives.
That would have been such a good video.
Frank still got it. We just got to replace the flight controller.
And yeah, I heard you blew up something else on it.
Yeah, well, it was working fine. I bought a new receiver because Jack kept hold of the receiver because we couldn't flash it to
Non-lesbian before talk.
Yeah. And then I soldered it on. It was fine. And I turned it on and it was fine. And I bound it and it was fine. And then about after like 30 seconds of it being bound and being happy and me playing around in the configurator, it just stopped and then wouldn't light up again.
There seems to be this common thread of whenever you touch stuff, it breaks. You notice that at all?
I have noticed that. I have no explanation for it. It's just I have that effect on things.
Have you got a plaster on your face, Andy?
What? Screen's low definition. Now suddenly it's gone high definition, and he has got a plaster on his chin.
Is that in reference to when Tony cut his chin with his prop or something?
How come I'm the only one that didn't know about this story, and it was like obvious to everybody else?
I've got a scar on my chin from someone flew into my face with a quadcopter.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is that why Andy's got a plaster on his face?
I think so.
That's really subtle, that one was.
Yeah, it was.
I've got a subtle one. Red bed sheets.
You've gone brilliant, Jack.
That's not subtle. I should have noticed that.
That was.
You've gone to so much effort, Jack. I feel terrible now that I've made no effort whatsoever.
I know. You suck.
I've been busy.
You've let the side down. Can I be Tony for a while? Can we swap?
I'm happy to like break out a character for a little bit. It's the eyeliner. It's the eyeliner that gets me. I'm like, it's the mask.
Is that a condom?
Why has it got a condom on it?
That's very rude. This is what happens when you're vegan. Your head goes a bit lighter.
Do you go bald?
Yeah. Not enough meat
Except for the
products.
sideburns, yeah.
Oh, we kept those on for style.
They're brilliant.
Oh, that is hilarious. What was your? Because
hell.
you said you really wanted to be Andy RC, Curry Kitten. What would you have done?
I'd have gone with. Definitely put the hat on. You forgot the hat, and then I'd have got these little
Hat.
bits of hair which you should constantly stroke throughout the podcast.
I have
Is that what I
to.
do?
Got such a
also,
neck,
It's
quite a
more
lot.
my
He
fingers
likes to do
black.
this. He likes to rub his boob.
Yeah,
Okay.
and touch his neck
Exactly
quite
what's
a lot.
going on. It does this.
Do you know what? It stops me being stressed when you guys are making.
Every time we know what that is now. That's stress relief.
Can I just say, now that Jack's taken the sunglasses off, it's almost like he's tried to change gender a little bit.
What,
dear.
male or what?
Well, who knows? Who knows these days? You know.
Can we present Curry Kitten and someone's take a photo of him, please?
All right,
I
it was
think-
presented
I think
earlier.
it's funny.
It was
Want to go
presented.
back?
That's okay.
Is that what you wanted?
I've blended in the colour quite well, I thought.
Yeah,
Where did
I
you
can
get that
see it.
wig from?
Underflute is
I
just
could also be David now too.
Hey, that's it. Thanks, Underflute. Just put a tenner in the pot. Beer for Curry Kitten. Piss myself laughing. He's just put. Well done. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome.
Frank
Jack,
said,
I cannot look at you.
I
"Put
can't.
the glasses back on."
Please put them. Please put your shades back
No,
on.
Without the
I think
glasses, it
I
has
think it
gone
looks better.
strangely transvestite, I have to say. The glasses brings
That
it
is
slightly
why
back
I
again.
just can't handle
There's
it.
nothing wrong with that, though.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm slightly
It's a
aroused.
little-
That's my problem here.
Maybe he's a little bi-curious.
Oh, he's definitely that.
Bloody hell.
What's with the pearl necklace, though, Jack? I've never.
Well, that's just a Jack thing.
That's it. Oh, you were trying to do a mixture of the two. I see.
Yeah, that's just what I wear. Sorry.
Have we
Not
got
many people know. Gavin found out about that and started berating me
have
about
we
my
got
necklace.
have we got that copter sent down to you yet, Jack?
No, I'm going.
Oh, Andy, come
I don't
on.
leave
that
my house.
Poor old Underflukes put so much in the money in the chat for this to go
I
happen.
know.
He wants it
I
to
am.
happen.
It is coming your way, though. I've had. It's been a busy.
It's a
It's
couple
been
of
a
weeks.
challenging couple of weeks. Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, I promise you that is coming your way.
Okay.
There is a question for David turned up in the chat from DL that says, "Does the bicopter crash okay?"
So far, yeah.
Still servo.
Actually, the first one I flew, or the prototype, has been, and I gave the sticks to anyone that wanted to fly it, and it's holding up good. And it's aluminium gears on that one. It doesn't weigh much, and like the front, the nose protects it pretty well. I don't know. It's been working great. Everything is super stiff on it. Everything's carbon. So it would be the servos that would give up, I guess. But stainless steel output shafts, it's like really working good so far, at least.
That's cool. And also, just to flog something else, there is an awesome interview with David Winterstill in this month's Drone magazine, which you can go out and buy and read all about it. And he says the same thing there. Just for consistency, you said it was really strong and it was made of carbon and it wouldn't break.
Yeah, that was a really good article. You write really well, I have to say.
I thank you.
Can you put your wig back on, please?
Do you not like looking in the mirror, Tony? Is this the problem?
No, it's just there's mirrors and there's mirrors.
This is a non-flattering mirror. This is the truth, man.
It's not easy.
Do it.
Oh, Frank's back. Thank you.
So it took me ages to get it on the first time.
Okay, drone-related
LDO
stuff.
stuff.
So what's going on with the
Okay.
drones?
Yeah, it's surprisingly, with it coming up to Christmas, there's not. I would have expected like an explosion of new FPV products, but there's not really.
Well, the mini stuff should be coming out now, shouldn't it? Really, like
I think I might have been now. I might have been given an exclusive today. Either that or it's. Or I got sent a message. It said, Andy, would you like to test the Emax Tiny Hawk? And we've got the Baby Hawk. So I just wonder if the Tiny Hawk. This is me speculating, or it could just be a language thing. But it could be possibly a tiny whoop from Emax, maybe. That's what I thought. So there could be that on the way. But like I say, don't take my word for it, just speculation.
Have you noticed there's even more 2S whoops coming out? I got this one the other day, which you've got coming, haven't you, Andy? This is the
apparently, but it hasn't turned up. The Mobular 7.
I thought it was the modular until I read it again. It's the Mobular. But I also noticed King Kong did all that. You remember the 27s, 28s, the brush quads from last year? They're now coming out with no, they're redoing the ones that were like the 100, 115, 125, the ETs.
They've done a GT version now.
Yeah, which are all 2S ones.
I'm really struggling with the 2S thing, and I think it's just my situation doesn't suit.
No, I get it exactly, because I looked at that camera angle. I said that's a bit of a tilt for indoors. This because I saw your video on your one, and that's the thing, because I thought the ET100 was surprisingly good indoors to give it how big it was, but when you took it outdoors, it felt a bit lackluster because it doesn't have the camera angle.
Yeah.
But you put that camera angle indoors, and it's too fast for our small British houses. Take it outside, and it's going to work fine.
Yeah. So they're. I was talking to NJ about this as well, and he sort of agreed that they are like more of a backyard, outdoor sort of flyer, and the ducts are there for safety rather than actually being the way that I felt about it was I thought they were a little bit underpowered for outside and too much power for inside. So I'm my situation, I'm struggling to place them, but everyone's raving about them. So it must be a thing. But I've got that Mobular one on the way, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be. I think if you can, my problem with the beta FPV ones is you can't change the camera angle. If you could have just changed the camera angle then it'd be perfect for indoors and outdoors. The problem I have,
need a little twiddly thing, don't they? So you can actually vary the angle.
Yeah, they didn't have that. The issue I have with them outdoors is, and I said it in my video, is the ducts act like a brake or a wing. So when you try and do dives, they almost self-level themselves, even though they're in acro mode. And the Beta 75 and 65 have got a problem where they get, I think they call it yaw wash or something. So you'll come out of a dive and it'll just yaw on its own, like that, and no sort of tuning can get rid of it. Some people told me I'll cut 2 of the props off, that'll fix the problem. And apparently
great solution.
Yeah.
It becomes a bicopter.
But I'm hearing that one that you've got doesn't have that issue and it's cheaper. So that one could upset the Beta FPV. But yeah, there's a lot of whoop stuff, I guess you could say, coming up, but not a lot of other stuff. Maybe it's because we lose the light and the weather and stuff. One thing that I did notice is, have you seen Top Sky are releasing a goggle for $75, an FPV goggle?
I saw some stuff about Top Sky. I didn't know it was that cheap.
Yeah. So the problem is that the last couple of things Top Sky released weren't fantastic. So, but yeah, there's that. I think trying to make goggles cheaper is a good thing. So yeah.
How much is that in real money?
It's called the Top Sky Prime 1, I think it's called, and $75. There's not actually that much difference.
75 quid.
It's 85. No, I think that'll be about 60 quid, will it? $75 these days.
Like that, yeah.
They're pretty close. So there's that coming out. And Xiaomi, do you remember Xiaomi? They're the phone company, but they also had a drone.
The cameras.
I think it was Xiaomi Yi, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah. Well,
a 360 camera that worked better than whatever Andy RC bought, whatever I bought.
So
From GoPro.
So Xiaomi have got a model coming out. It's a GPS model to, I think it's to compete with the Spark. It looks like the Mi drone, but it costs 200 quid, so it's like half the price of a Spark. It's a 2-axis gimbal, and it's got like its FPV built into the controller. It's called I think it's called the Xiaomi Fimi, I think it's called. And so that's could be an interesting one that's coming.
And I was quite excited. Did you see the Dart XL for fixed wing enthusiasts?
With all the turbulators on the leading edge, that looked quite fun.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see how they work. So the Zode Dart was quite popular because it came in a box and you just plug it together, and it had its own stabilizer, so you could literally take it in a tiny box, put it together in the field, fly it, and put it back together again. And they've brought out this XL version, which is 1 meter, which will take like a 4S 3300.
Are you getting one of these then? Are you, Wayne?
Well, I haven't been offered anything, so I have to buy it myself, which is always tricky. But we shall have to. I know it's not a great. It's not getting in the great season for fixed wing flying either, I have to admit.
Yeah, I actually got. I built the Dart from Jumper, which is like a little paper airplane thing. Have you seen that one? It's just I tried to fly it, but the weather, it's just too windy. In fact, I put it on the floor and the wind blew it away. So yeah, it's not great for fixed wing at the moment.
But the other thing that's been coming out recently was there's been the Insta360 1X, because we keep talking about it not on the show. I don't think we've talked about it on the show yet. That came out a couple of weeks ago. It's a new 360 video camera that they've released a couple of interesting bits for.
What's the difference between that and the Insta One? Because I've got the Insta One and that worked is it higher resolution?
Yeah, so it's 5K.
5.7K specifically.
So I think the other one was I think the other one was close to 4K. I think it was like 3.5, something like that. Yeah.
And they've also got obviously improved stabilization algorithms, but they've also released a little Nerf ball thing with it that you put it in and then just chuck it across the field to each other. Or... They
had this thing with the first one that was called bullet time. It was very odd. They give you this piece of string that attaches to it, and you like throw it around your head like this. And you get like a 360 bullet time thing. That was
my friend's got one, and we went out with it, and I thought he was making fun when he brought out this fishing. I was like, "What is this a thing?" And he's twiddling it around,
looking like Roger Daltrey with his microphone.
Because he's like, "This is what you do," and I said, "Well, do some Matrix stuff then." So then he's trying to kick his feet in the air and stuff. But unfortunately, the joins between the two cameras on that one weren't very good. So it's kind of like you could see the join where the string was, because there were two different sort of grades of color, but I think you can adjust all
that's the problem. That's the problem with all of these 360 cameras on copters. They're great for sort of like vlogging and stuff like that, but when they're sat on a copter, the thing that you want to be looking at is really the copter. And of course, because there's a gap between the camera, the copter looks like it's really short and the props overlap and stuff.
Yeah,
and
people who've used them on quads and stuck them out on quite long booms, like above them, or I mean, the thing that all of I've seen is kind of a long boom sort of, so the camera's kind of sitting above the quad, and then by doing that, it's in that bit where you finally get the overlap between the two cameras, so it can then sort of magically edit out the prop that it's the support that it's sitting on, and then magically just have a quad flying through the air next to you.
They're pretty cool. The reason I haven't done anything with it for a while is the software wasn't quite there. I'm told they fixed that now, but what Insta One do is they've got this great phone app, and they realized that like 360 videos weren't all just about putting a 360 video on YouTube, because you put a 360 video on YouTube and it butchers it compresses it like crazy. But if you choose the view yourself and do it in 1080, you can actually use the phone's gyro and sort of make you basically look around for
Yeah.
the viewer.
That's the only way I like looking at them. I hate it when it's fully done. It just looks stupid. You can see what you've done when you've done it.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can look around and stuff. That's pretty
That's
cool.
definitely what they're trying to push it as, is an alternative to a GoPro on a gimbal.
I'll have to look at this new one. They did message me, and I had loads of stuff on, and it's quite a lot of work looking into how to do it. You need a fast computer if you want to do a lot of processing.
David has experience with a very different type of camera that I want to ask him about.
Go on, then.
The Phantom, the Vision Research Phantom camera you were playing around with at some point. Do you still have that, David?
Wait, what?
He's
It's really weird, 'cause I feel like I'm just listening to the podcast.
You're actually on it, David.
Podcast talks back.
Okay, yeah, no, it's
The high speed.
yeah, no, it's actually it's a high speed camera called the Edgertronic, and I use that whenever I can. I did that for the Bicopter video. It's a lot of work doing slow motion video because you have to set up for that specific second that you want something to happen, and you need it to be timed, and everything needs to be in the right place, and the focus needs to be good. Doing it with smoke is insanely difficult because if you get too much light in front of the smoke, or behind, I mean, then you don't see the thing that you're flying like into it. It just looks washed out and bad. So you have to time it so the smoke is in the right position with the light. And if there's any way, but it's a lot of fun.
What sort of frame rates do you get on that one?
1,000, so it's not that much in 720, and then up to 120,000 in lower res something.
It's still quite a lot more than a GoPro, though, isn't it?
A little bit. And also it has a global shutter, which is the big thing. So the pictures don't look distorted in any way. Even if you have a high frame rate GoPro, for instance, you always get skews.
The rolling shutter, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have to put like amazing amounts of light on it as you up the frame rate because you're exposing it for so little time?
Yeah.
That's why everything's on fire. Lights itself.
And are we likely to see, when, in a couple of weeks' time, when the clocks change, are we likely to see any more Rocket Knife in the future, or are you sort of?
No, I'm done with it. Unfortunately, I had to cut the track down.
Ah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's dead. I always do other fun stuff with rockets,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You need to make a Lego size one.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
Rocket Jack, where we just attach rockets to Jack and see how far he can fly.
I'm really fat.
Lots of rockets then.
I might explode. Two things quickly. I was inspired by you, David. I have made my own Bluetooth headphones.
Nice, very nice.
They're shit because apparently the microphone on them's like a potato, said Frank.
Yes,
yeah, mine too.
Terrible.
And the other thing was I was in a car park dressed like this, looking for men. Flying with Oscar. Oscar Lang, and really? Uploaded a few videos and that. I got a few videos of me shouting in my possibly semi-racist Chinese accent at him because he refuses to come on the show because he doesn't want people knowing he's Asian. That's what I believe anyway. But I had a good time with him and Giovanni and Tom.
Oh, cool.
So that was quite fun in a car park.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to take photos of him and me. He was like, "No,
Weird,
I don't
isn't
want
it?
anyone to know what I look like on the internet."
It's like
I've seen
um,
photos of Oscar on Facebook where other people have taken photos of him. He does know they exist, yeah.
I don't think he does.
Oh, Oscar,
al-
you're
al-
out there.
Also, there's a photo of me, Tony, Oscar, and Dan Upton
Yeah,
There
that's
is.
probably the one I've seen.
on Google.
Oh
But-
yeah, I posted that, and I think I posted it on Facebook. Maybe he doesn't know. Sorry, Oscar, you're on there already.
Yeah,
Google.
I know I
Plus?
need
Who
help.
uses Google Plus?
Oh,
This was a
Back
few
in the
years
day.
this was back in the day, yeah.
2015, man.
Mm.
Sort of give it a go. Right.
Before we stop this podcast, can I just shout out to Zoe FPV?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please.
We're all thinking about you. I've joined her Patreon. Quite a lot of us have. If you really want to help a girl who needs some help, please go over to her.
Well, we got a link.
Go over to Zoe FPV's channel and because she's such a, I don't know, she's just a brilliant lady, brilliant girl in the hobby, and she needs some help right now. I've just joined her Patreon. If anyone can join her Patreon, just help her out. Go and watch a couple of her latest videos. You'll see why. It's just, I won't have to explain anything. Just go and watch and go and help. The community are helping in a big way. I just think it would be great if everyone could go and have a look and go and help her out. It'd be good.
And thanks for all the fish, Zoe.
What? Yes.
gay farming in it.
Mm.
That'll be his Twitch
No,
thing.
no.
It was a Hitchhiker reference, surely.
Yeah, it was the song
Oh,
she
and
played at the end of the
yeah.
video
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
that me and Frank had stuck in our heads for
Yeah.
the rest of the night. Yeah, how did not people must have watched the video, or did they just stop, donate, and then that was it? There you
I was
go.
like 2 seconds in and started joining. I joined her Patreon.
Aw. These guys are the best people ever. These are our #1 Patreons who help pay for the editing and really support us. Art Faulkner, Ferdy, Mikey Dread, and Underfluke. Thank you guys. You are the best. After the show, we are going to do a bonus podcast. We'll just set it up. We'll post the link on our Patreon. If you donate more than $3, Andy RC, this is your job. You can watch it, and we're going to hang around for another hour, and I'm going to get changed into my next costume.
Well, that's worth paying $3 for, if anyone.
Oh.
Come on.
All right.
I love how you called it a costume as well.
Can I take this off soon? Because it's really itchy and it smells really
Tell me, where did you buy that? That looks like one of those things that they use in movies to cover up people's pubic regions. What are they? What are they?
It's a merkin.
Merkin. That's it.
They cover up people's pubic region with a really out of control pubic region.
It's for people who are bald who need to not be bald. It's a merkin.
Merkin, that's it.
I actually want to grow a beard now and just do this all the time.
You did have a goatee this time last year.
I want to take this off my head. My head smells like a condom now. It's horrific.
I think I may have given myself a foil cut on my ear, so that's
Oh, no. You're gonna have to move the plaster from here to there.
Thanks everyone for
Outro, Andy.
Oh, you've been listening to Let's Drone Out. I don't know what to say, Jack. What do you say?
You do. You listen to me every week. You know what to say. You northern.
Nobody listens to you, Jack. To be fair.
Fair enough.
No,
It is
I
very true.
I'm just not as good at it. It's not my. That's why it's not my skill, Jack. You're gonna have to come out of character, I think.
Is my low cut top distracting you?
What are you doing?
It can get lower, baby. It can. Oh, I nearly cut through the headphones.
The reason they get lower is because the more stressed I get being on this show, the more I yank it down as a compulsion to to try and help my stress of doing this show.
I'd like to say thank you to David for coming on.
And for putting up with us.
Not
Yeah,
taking
thanks for having me.
anything. And yeah, sorry about us.
No, it's amazing.
David, as your friend, who's probably not going to be your friend for much longer, I've got a threat. Frank is really stressed out about the mini air show.
Can you come?
So basically, you've got a choice. You either come and one of us will pick you up and look after you and keep you, or I send Tony to your house.
Oh, dressed like this.
That is hardball threats. That is.
Can you imagine Joe being?
Hello, I got the helicopter.
I'd never do that to you. It's fine. Please come.
When is it?
Ask Frank.
May.
Yep, May the 12th. Oh, hold on. Which?
I thought it was the 11th.
11th and 12th of May, isn't it?
12th. Yes. There we go.
God, that tinfoil hat's breaking his brain. This is why Tony's so thick.
Hey, what?
I didn't say that.
Thick-skinned.
Right. Tonight you've been joined by Tony / Frank,
Bonjour.
Jack, Andy, RC.
Hey, Tony, good night.
Curry Winterstall.
That's you, David.
I don't know.
Do you know how to speak, David? I'm sorry. Are you triggered and traumatized by the thought of Tony being at your house?
Oh, sorry. Hello. That was really bad. Oh,
I like it.
everything froze.
No. David / Tony.
No. Hello.
See, everybody thinks the
Okay.
hello thing's easy, but it just shows you can't just.
I
do it
don't
like
think
that.
it's the hello thing that he's having problems with. I think it's the concept of this Halloween thing that has not gone to plan.
Yeah.
I think it's been great.
Curry / Frank.
Goodbye.
Oh, that's great.
Well, goodbye, nipples, as Frank would say.
And what is it?
You.
Adam Ant / Freddie Mercury
Andy till I fly.
/ Adam
Up
Lambert.
north.
Please tattoo that on you.
I can see about it, man. I'll do that.
That would be so funny.
All right. Catch us over at the bonus thing. Join our Patreon after you've done Zoe's.
Please do, Zoe. Thank you.
Dave, do you want to hang around for another hour?
Yeah, no, I'm good, but the internet isn't, so I might cut in back and forth.
I thought you got gigawatts of
It's in Italy.
Oh, right.
It's broken.
That's the issue.
I can smell the
Yeah.
coffee from here.
Yeah, a third world country, you know. It's not easy.
The
Nothing.
pin on Jack is real. What does that mean?
Huh?
What?
I'm going to try to grow some facial hair, Zero, from now on.
We're still live.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, this is permanent marker. I'm going to have this for a while.
Just tattoo over it. Oh, pain. Honestly.
All right. I'll get Annecy to do it. It's fine. I quite like it.
Stop
I
now.
think
You
it's
kind
really
of-
funny.
I do as
Yeah.
well. You've
See-
got to keep it.
See you on Patreon.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you.